Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends to talk about Blind Seer and how amazing she is and all the new buffs that they're doing to her for patch 2.2 that is going to be to us next week. So if you have a Blind Seer, go ahead and level up your Blind Seer. If you need her for progression, if you want it for in-game, right now I use Blind Seer every day in Fire Knight 20 and in Ice Golem 20. And of course I use her in Faction Wars. But in those teams, I have speed runs in Ice Golem and in Fire Knight. I use Blind Seer every time, and she makes it 100% safe. So if anything messes up, it doesn't matter. She is still there to revive the whole team. In turn meter reduction on that A1, it hits 3 times. It's so fast, she just throws it out there. I've got her in a relentless set. We're gonna come back and talk about the gear, the masteries, the changes that they're gonna do to her. We're definitely gonna talk about those changes, but let's first run through a couple of dungeons. Let's run through Fire Knight one time and run through Ice Golem one time so that you can see how amazing she is right now. And with those changes that they're gonna make, she's just gonna be insane. So good for anything you do in this game. Even if you're in Arena, say you're not in Platinum Arena, or maybe you are in Platinum Arena and this is what you have, you can use her as well. I'm not gonna say she's a great addition to Platinum Arena, but she will be great for you for anything else that you run arena-wise. And plus, you're gonna be using her non-stop. Look at this. She is here to buff up my Seer. My Seer is dropping these waves. We have our Cold Hearts in here with multiple hits. And then we've got our Blind Seer, so that if anything happens, let's say we don't even take down the shield. Let's say this is not a speed run. Normally I get like 1 minute, 10 seconds. We're already to the boss in 34 seconds. That's what we want. We want to get to the boss in 30 seconds. Somewhere around there, no more than 40 seconds. So we're at the boss, but from here it's always, you know, will I be able to keep that shield down? Seer helps with that with her A1, and Blind Seer helps with that with her A1, and she is so fast to throw it out. And with relentless gear on her, look, boom, boom. You saw her just hit twice. Turn meter reduction, 3 hits, let's go. And then the rest of these people will take care of what they need to. Plus, she's protecting us. She's putting the debuffs up. If we didn't have Seer in here with Blind Seer eating all that stuff, okay, we almost had 1:08 right there, 1:09. Not bad at all. And again, if anything messes up, don't worry. She's got you covered. Nothing can happen with the Blind Seer here, especially after 2.2. When we get those changes in, it's gonna be crazy, very crazy. Let's go over to Ice Golem so I can show you the same thing. I picked a different team here. I didn't want to run Seer again with Blind Seer, though I do have an Ice Golem team that I run quite often with a Blind Seer, Seer, and then I think Bad Alcazar along with some reset in here, but we're just gonna do it with 2 Royal Guards. We're gonna come in here, bring the pain because they're fragile, right? They can die pretty easily. A lot of you guys out there have Royal Guards. You've got them for spiders, you've got them for dragons, whatever you're using them for. So you can also use them in your Ice Golem team, but they die a lot, right? You need that protection. So we have it. We have Blind Seer. Hopefully we'll have some Deaths here. We've got Reset with Prince Kymar. You can also use Renegade for that to make sure that you can come back around to clear these waves faster. Let's hope that we get through these waves in about, really I would have preferred to have already been through here. With my Seer comp, usually before 30 seconds we're done. We're through here quickly, but that's okay. We'll make up for it on the boss, I hope. I hope it's not a botched run to where we go 2 minutes. We don't want that. We want like a minute runtime again. We want to come in here with these Royal Guards. Look at this protection. Unfortunately, we did not have our block debuffs up and our shield up from her, but I guarantee you we're going to have it up next time. There it is. Block debuffs. We didn't get frozen. Nobody could get frozen in. We had shields up to protect us. We're good to go. With the new update, that move that she does on a 4-turn cooldown, oh, this could have been a minute run flat if that would have killed him right there. It's going to be on a 3-turn cooldown instead of a 4-turn cooldown. It is on a 4-turn cooldown right now. Look at that. 1 minute and 6 seconds. Again, Blind Seer. And then, of course, like I keep saying, that if something would have happened, if your team isn't as strong as my team, if somebody dies, especially on that wave 2 to the reflect damage, it's all right. She's going to bring those people back to life. And then in the new patch, she's not going to hurt herself with it either. So a phenomenal champion. Please do not underestimate what Blind Seer can do for you. She is so damn good. And let's go over and look at what's going to happen to her. Like, what are they changing on Blind Seer to make her even more amazing? Now, these changes are pretty much common sense changes. This champion is a very, very old champion. She's been around since the game came out, since before global launch, in beta. She's been here. I do recommend to put Relentless Gear on her. I think that that's the best thing for this champion, especially for the A1 here. Now, I was hoping for the A1 to get a little bit of a bump in the chance to apply this decreased turn meter. It is 3 hits, I was definitely hoping for another 10%, 20% increase on each of those hits, but it just dropped the turn meter by 15%. So on Ice Golem, Fire Knight, both, we get a good chance to lower the turn meter. But if you have Relentless gear, obviously we're going to pop that more often. We're going to have chances to bring down that shield more often on Fire Knight. We're going to bring the turn meter down more often on everything else we do in Ice Golem and anywhere else we play her if we have Relentless. Mainly for PvE, I feel like it's the best thing for this champion. All right, so over here for her aura, they are changing this aura to, I believe, 34% anywhere you put her. 42% in dungeons is really cool. That's a lot of defense. But 34% anywhere we bring her is even better. So now when I bring her into my Faction Wars team, I can just put her as the lead and get that additional defense. Dark Shroud. This is the one that we were just talking about. The funniest thing is all these champions that have a block debuffs, they're moving them around now. They're finally fixing them. This is not a buff. This is a fix. Anybody that you know that you've played any kind of arena against Tormund, she will get frozen. Anybody she protects will get frozen because she's doing the shields first and then she's doing the block debuffs after. You know, we're safe with somebody like Sify. We're safe with Duchess. They do it in the proper order. Unfortunately, Mausoleum Mage does not do it in the proper order, so he's still going to get frozen. But a lot of people who do the block debuffs are fixed now. The ones that we see in the list. They've changed it around so that they do block debuffs first. Why Mausoleum Mage and even somebody like Lord Shazar, who does it on his A2, aren't on the list for this simple fix, I have no idea. Pretty crazy that they would do it to just everybody that you see here, but they wouldn't fix the whole entire game. Pretty wild. Anyways, this is going to be on a 3-turn cooldown, booked out afterwards, which means that you're going to have shields up like crazy and you're going to have block debuffs up like crazy. I was kind of hoping she would have remove all debuffs, but you know what? I can't complain. 3-turn cooldown, we might not even have to worry about removing them. Plus, if we do have a debuff on us, we're going to have shields to protect us no matter what happens, and we're going to have block debuffs up then to take care of anything else. 3-turn cooldown, everybody. You just saw it on a 4-turn cooldown for us doing Fire Knight and Ice Golem, and we had no issues whatsoever. She was tearing through it. Okay, this self-sacrifice has been a big topic of conversation with her forever. Her killing herself, damaging herself whenever she brings everybody back to life. Plus, it's on a really long cooldown. 6 turns is a really long cooldown. Even though it is an AoE revive, you're not really bringing everybody back with a lot of life. Plus, this block damage for 1 turn, for me, as far as I can tell, when I use it in PvE, my guys are going so fast that when she brings them back to life, this block damage really doesn't take effect that often. But everybody is different. If your teammates that you have with her are much slower, that's actually not going to be a bad thing when she brings them back to life. They're going to come back to life. It might take them a little while to take a turn. If this is on Dragon that you're using her, hey guys, use her on Dragon. She can't drop the turn meter on the Dragon, but getting there and then protecting you when you're there, especially after this buff, man, she's going to be everything. She's going to be so good. So then we've got this on a 5-turn cooldown now. After the patch, this will be a 5-turn cooldown, 1 less, and she will not damage herself when she brings everybody back to life. A definite positive thing for her, but I still was expecting maybe bring everybody back to life at a 50% HP. I'm talking small, right? I don't want to break this champion and make her just super overpowered, but I was hoping for maybe a little bit more because the block damage kind of falls off in my eyes very quickly. But again, it just depends on your team and how you're running them. But at least now she is not hurting herself. And when she does this, you can tell she really does hurt herself by quite a lot. Even though now we are getting shields back up even faster. We're getting block debuffs up even faster. Now she's not hurting herself at all. So the damage that she's going to take might be minimal. I mean, the damage your whole team's going to take on this 3-turn cooldown shield is probably going to be pretty minimal. Though keep in mind that this shield is based off of this champion's max HP, which is even better because you always want a shield based off of the person doing the shield. So you can up their HP as high as possible. Everybody else's, it doesn't matter because they're going to get shields based off of her, off of whatever her max HP is. I have never tried to make her a DPS champion. Try to make her do attack. I don't see the use in it because her A1 is the only one doing damage. We want a turn meter reduction in there, so we want good accuracy. We want good speed. I feel like Relentless is the best for her. We're not doing any damage on the A2 or the A3, right? So all we need to do is make sure that she's coming through here as fast as possible. I mean, I've got mine pretty fast, I guess. 269. Get that accuracy up so that we make sure in PvE we can drop that turn meter and then get her HP up so that we can get those shields even stronger. So obviously I probably have HP percentage, and then I've got speed boots. which for you, it's the same way. Do whatever you can with her. If you can't do Relentless, then just get her in a whole bunch of speed gear or whatever gear you have that has decent substats for accuracy and for speed, and that's it. That's all you need. Accuracy, speed, and some HP substats. Maybe HP substats if you have them. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Just make sure you get HP here, HP there, speed boots, and then whatever else you want on here. I have an accuracy banner there. Then we've got HP again, and then ways to get HP here. She's actually got a defense, a lot of defense on that ring as well. All right, let's talk about her masteries. So mastery-wise, you can really do so many things with her. It is totally up to you. If you want to do additional damage on a boss, I'm covering up right now, you can go for War Master. It's right behind me. If you want to do that, you can. I don't feel like she's needed that. Less damage whenever critical hit. I think anything that will do where we can take less damage on her, put up some debuffs things. This I put on her just because I wanted to get over to these two, so this means nothing. Harvest Despair. Cycle of Revenge, that way we can get her going with more turn meter as fast as possible. One of the teammates get crit, we get a chance for a turn meter increase. And she's soaking up some of the damage that my allies are taking. You could go that route as well. Whatever you want. Increase the amount of shield she does. If you want to keep going down here and do even further stuff to increase the amount of shield she does, you can do that. If you want to increase the duration of any buff she casts, here we go, right here. The only thing she can't do is block damage, unkillable, and revive. But the block debuffs and the shields we're putting up, we can extend those. From 2 turn to 3 turn, then you're completely covered now that she's going to be on a 3 turn cooldown. Then I do have timely intervention in case anybody dies on my team. She's going to get a little bit of boost to turn meter and then bring them back to life. And then we've got Evil Eye here to knock the turn meter down. So I'm hoping from what you saw, from what you just saw me running Fire Knight, those were live runs. I didn't pre-record it. We just went in there. We ran 1 Fire Knight. We ran 1 Ice Golem. You can see how amazing this champion truly is. And then after this buff, with lowering the cooldown on this Dark Shroud to a 3 turn, lowering self-sacrifice from 6 turns to a 5 turn. These are booked out now, mind you. To 5 turns, she's not damaging herself anymore, and she's going to get an aura that we can use anywhere in the game. I think that she just came up to top tier, especially for PvE progression. You want to do the Doom Tower. You want to do the runs that I've just done. You want to, like, if I was a level 1 player and I came into this game and I opened up a Void Shard and I pulled this, I would be so happy. This would take me from level 1 to in-game and all the way through the rest of my days. I would be just so happy to get a Blind Seer. But that's all I've got, guys. Let me know your feelings on Blind Seer. I am very excited about this. Very, very excited. I hope you have a Blind Seer and you're ready to pull her out of the vault and use her every day like I do. Please let me know down below what you think. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys all on a video soon.